What is up, guys? Kenneth here from the LEGO Republic, and today we are going to be reviewing the 70404 LEGO Castle, King's Castle from the LEGO Castle theme from 2013. So I am really excited to share this video with you guys. So I hope you do enjoy. Make sure to hit that like button if you do enjoy the video. Make sure to subscribe for future content. And yeah, guys, let's get right into this. I gotta say, I love the instructions on this LEGO set. So you have 3 different instruction books. 2 of them are this smaller size, and then 1 of them is this large size. So it's kind of weird, but I do like it. So in this first one, you have basically an overview of everything. So it gives you all the bags and what book that they come in. So very organized, and I really appreciate it. So you get to see every bag and which booklet it goes with. So very cool. And then there's three books. The other books, there's nothing fancy about them at all. They just kind of start up and end. But the first one and the organization, I don't know, I just love it. I think it's a really cool thing that I haven't seen before. This is a close-up of all of the minifigures together, so you get to see them all right next to each other. Now I'll go into each individual one. So here is the first minifigure, and they do not give names for these, which is kind of nice because they're either someone of no one of consequence, or they're someone of consequence, and you can obviously see who they are, like the knight or the king. But yeah, so this is one of the guards. So it's a nice crossbowman. Nothing fancy here. It does have that nice torso. There are like 3 different torsos in the LEGO Castle. Good guys, and this is one of them, so nothing special with the torso. But I do like that they all look kind of good together. So here is the back. You can see not a lot going on in the back, just that torso. And then, of course, there is not a print on the back, just because this face is special, but lots of other faces do have the double faces. But the special faces like this one do not have a different face. Next up is another King's Guard, this time with the other King's Guard helmet. So instead of this one, which are usually the archers, they gave him that other helmet. I don't really know how to describe it, but you can see that it is a different helmet. So then, of course, he has his nice bow there, and let me just say that this bow is the only actual bow and arrow in the entire LEGO Castle theme. It comes in this LEGO set. The rest of them are crossbows like that one that you saw on the other guy. So yeah, this guy is really cool. He comes with this really nice bow, and he actually comes with some arrows, which is nice. He has a different torso print than the other guys. This is one of the others. It's kind of just like chainmail. It looks like chainmail. Pulling his helmet off, you can see his face, which is another unique face, so you're not going to see a back to that at all. But still a really nice minifigure, especially for that bow and arrow, so I'm really glad that we get him in this set. Like I said, there are no names in this LEGO set, but you obviously have a bad guy, like a goon here. He has his scimitar, or whatever you want to call it, his ball and chain. You've got one of those prints for his chest, the one with the armor plating on the shoulders, kind of like Darth Vader. I mean on the upper chest. So that is one of them. The other one does not have that upper armor. But yeah, you got his nice helmet. Looks like a Zuko helmet from Avatar, ? But not like the LEGO Avatar. It looks like the Zuko helmet from the actual Avatar. That's all I was saying. And then, of course, it has one of the 2 bad guy castle faces. Well, actually 3. But yeah, the two like goons and the pawn faces, the ones that aren't anyone of consequence, as I said earlier. So yeah, you have him like missing a tooth, and he's really happy, and then you turn him around and he's like not very happy anymore. He's really scared because he's very stupid, and you do see that second face. So very interesting there with that nice minifigure. Although I would say that he could use a shield, and there is actually a shield for him. It is looks like that. It is just on the catapult that we're going to get to in a minute. Here you have your second thug or goon or whatever you want to call it for the bad guy's side. So you see he has this axe, which is made of actually a pretty nice design. You just got that one rod and then this cool little axe piece that they added. So basically it just kind of clips on and off, and it looks really nice. You can make double bladed axes out of it. You can make single bladed axes. It's a nice touch, and it's a new thing that LEGO threw in for LEGO Castle in 2013. So I do like that. You can see his torso is the regular torso, so not the special one with the armor plating like we saw on the other guy. So you can see the difference there. And then no leg printing on this guy either. So yeah, he's just like the lowest of the low, I guess. You've got that different helmet. So these are the two LEGO Castle helmets for the bad guys. Well, obviously there is the third one for the knights, but that is different. This is just for the goons. So taking off his helmet, you can see his very red beard there on his face, and so then turning this guy around, you can see his alternate face, and this is just one of the two faces that they use for the bad LEGO Castle goons, or whatever you want to call them. You see that nice, those nice belt buckle things on the back there. They look pretty good. All in all, this character is okay. I mean, maybe a guy with an axe doesn't need a shield, but like I said with the last character, you could throw a shield in here if you wanted, because there is one on the catapult. Next up, this is the bad guy knight in this LEGO set, and he looks pretty decent. He has that really nice armor and the helmet. He doesn't look as good as the knight from the Gatehouse raid, because the knight from the Gatehouse raid has a bigger oval shield, kind of like this, just in the red color scheme. But this guy has a regular shield, so that's kind of disappointing to see. But they do even it out by giving him this longer-ish sword. So that's a very long sword compared to the King's Army standard swords, which are only like that long. So the King's Knight does get a bigger shield, and he gets a smaller sword, while this guy gets a longer sword and a smaller shield. Also, but then if you took the King's Knight and placed him up against the other knight, who I call this guy's brother from the Gatehouse raid, then the King's Knight is definitely outmatched, because he does not have a strong enough weapon, I guess. So yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Turning this character around, actually I'm just gonna take off his shield for a minute, just to give you a better look at that really nice armor plating. Beneath the armor plating, the torso chest is the same torso as you would see on that guy. So pretty interesting. But I mean, the torso doesn't matter, because you have that nice armor over it. You got the red arms, nothing on the back. They did not print anything on the back of that. You do have that very interesting little feather thing on the top, but not very important. And then that sword is just beautiful. Might I mention that a third time. The minifigure that you have all been waiting for, this is the King's Knight, and he looks just epic. I mean, this guy is just amazing. You only get his horse in this LEGO set. You do get another version of him in the Dragon Mountain Castle. He kind of becomes like this guy, but just for the bad guy castle, right? Nothing really special, but this guy with his horse, he just looks amazing. You've got that nice shield piece there, and that decent sword. It's just the standard sword, nothing fancy. I do wish that they had given him a better sword, but they did not. So luckily I did have a better sword for him, so I'm just gonna put my better sword on. So it is the same sword as the other guy, the other knight I just showed you all, but it is in gray instead of in black, so you are able to get that nice fight going that you want, because I feel like this guy does a lot better with this sword. But as I said, he does come with the other sword, but he does come with that large shield there for mucho fun if you are trying to have fun with this. As you can see, his helmet kind of just slides up, and so you can slide it up by the feathers up there to reveal his face, which looks okay. He looks a little angry. I don't know why. He's a nice guy. Oh, whoopsies, fell off there. He's a nice guy. I don't know why he's so angry, and there is no alternate face as well, because it is a special face, but you can just pop that back on, and it is a very interesting design for the helmet. I mean, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, well, buy the set. It's a great set. The horse, as you would expect, is very nicely done. It's a horse, so yeah. No, I'm totally joking. This horse is so cool. If you ever played Minecraft, this is the equivalent of the diamond horse armor. I mean, it just looks amazing, and it's blue, so I guess you get that thrown in as well. No other set has this unique diamond horse armor piece, as I like to call it, or just a nice blue armor piece. No other set has that, or this golden armor on the top, which looks really nice. So you're able to sit your dude in there, and he just fits in there perfectly. Really awesome look there, and then you can have him face front, and you can do all sorts of other stuff with him. So you're actually able to lift up the back legs on the horse, like with all the new horses, and it does work with the horse armor. So you are able to have him like whinnying and about to charge at the other knight from the Gatehouse, who has this exact same horse dude, except in red, and it's a black horse. Because for some reason they give all the bad guys black horses, question mark? I don't know. The white does look really good on this horse, though. I do really like the color scheme that they went with it. It just looks amazing in my opinion, and this is a great reason to get this Lego set. Another great reason to get this Lego set though is for this king minifigure. So this king only comes in this Lego set, so an exclusive minifigure just for this Lego set. Really interesting crown piece. It's not a crown, but it looks very good in my opinion. You see his old king face. I don't use this guy to fight very much. He just looks like he's too old, which is kind of sad, but I mean, it's okay because he has this knight and a cool horse to do it all for him, right? So that's kind of the point of the knight, right? But it is kind of sad that he's not able to fight, because he does have this really awesome sword. It is the same sword as this guy's sword, also in the set, and the sword that I gave the knight, that's in gray, except this time it is in gold. So gold is a really cool color to see this sword in. It looks amazing. In the actual Lego Castle animated videos where they're talking about the castle and animating the entire castle sets, the Lion Knight actually does pick up that gold sword to fight off all the bad guys at the end, and that's like the whole point of it, and it's pretty cool. But I did like to keep the gold with the king, so that's why I gave the regular sword to the other knight. But anyway, this king, he just looks amazing with that nice torso print, exactly what you would expect to see with a king like that. We had a nice cape in the back, hiding whatever torso is underneath, but there's none, which makes a lot of sense actually, because why would you put printing on a Lego figure that you're just gonna cover up? It's kind of like putting printing on Darth Vader, which doesn't make any sense. Or yeah, like doing some sort of special printing on this dude under his armor, which just doesn't make any sense as well. Lastly, we have the catapult. So this is the catapult that the bad guys are using to assault the castle with all three of their, minifigure army. You do get this nice flag on the catapult. Sorry about that gray piece. I did rebuild this, so it is usually going to be in black, but mine's rebuilt in gray, so sorry about that. You do have these nice wheels which just move. There's nothing special about the wheels, but they are pretty bulky looking, which actually makes it look pretty good in my opinion. There's a simple mechanism to fire the catapult. To fire the catapult, you simply grab here and here, and if you push in, the thing fires. So if you do push in on the front of catapult, which looks like a dragon, might I add. Very cool looking thing with those teeth and that nice print sticker. Unfortunately, it's not printed, but it does look very cool on the top there, so you're able to shoot whatever you want. So I'm just gonna demonstrate shooting again for you guys right now. So it's as simple as that. What I like to do is I like to load some extra ammo right up in there, and it's just a nice place to fit it. Usually it fits better. but yeah, it just fits nicely in there. You do have this shield on the side to give it some identification if you couldn't figure out that it was the dragon from the front piece. You do have this extra identification on the side with that shield piece, but most of the time I do just take the shield piece off in order to give it to someone else who I think would use the shield in a better way. So there is a good look of the castle with the drawbridge and the gate down, and with all the shields in place and everything else along those lines. So it does look pretty sweet. You've got that tower in the back there, along with that other tower in the back. So very cool. Now we're going to go into all the different aspects of this set. So the first major aspect is the fact that this set breaks apart. So you can break it apart into segments. They're just being held together with these Technic pins, and in doing so you can separate everything you want to so that we can get at each of these individual pieces so that we can look at them better. So this is the beginning part of the castle, the very front gate. So it does have these shield pieces which you can take off and give to your dudes as extra shields, but I do like to keep them up there because they do add some nice detail to the front. So pretty cool. You've got that sticker piece that looks pretty cool there. You've got these plastic flags. You get 3 of them in the set, and they look okay. I'm just kind of curious about why they're plastic and not cloth, but they are plastic. You've got some nice torches on the side there, some fancy gold things, and then you of course have the drawbridge. So the way to get this up is very simple. Simply turn this right here and the drawbridge will go up into the castle. So very cool. And then if you want to get it down, you just roll it back, or you can just pull it down, which I like to do better, although it seems to be stuck, so maybe we should do that. Anyway, I'm having problems. The point is, you can pull it down and it does work. And then you can, there is room for a minifigure, so you can put a minifigure right in there, shooting at whatever enemies are trying to assault the castle. You can also put a figure up there to shoot whatever people are happening. So you might have noticed this little knob on the side, and the knob on the side is for the gate. So I will flick the knob and you will watch the gate come down. So 3, 2, 1. So there's the gate. Usually it does it a lot faster. We're gonna try again, but yeah, there we go. So this is a pretty solid gate, and there's nothing like going to be able to break through it. The only way you're gonna get in and out is through that gate right there. And the way to do this is that if you roll this, the gate will roll up, except it's not working. What's wrong with that? It's a very complicated mechanism there. It should be working. So you just kind of move that and the gate goes up. And then what's really cool is the fact that you can actually, when the gate is all the way up, you have this little piece on the side here which you can throw right there and block this from going down. Then you can keep the gate in the open position for as long as you want. You also have some little clips on the side to put whatever weapons, some more clips for torches. So pretty cool all in all, just the front area of the castle. Next up, this is the Catapult Tower. So this is one of 2 towers. The other one is over there. There's technically 3, but of the smaller towers, you have another one of those plastic flags that goes on the side here, and you can move it up and down, but this is the probably standard position because the flag is hanging straight. Simple catapult here, nothing fancy. You just kind of pull back and shoot it. It usually does not work that well, so that was very interesting, but you can reload it, and if you don't want to reload it, there's other reload over here so that you can put those on there. Inside you have a little table, but there is this like Technic piece in it, in the middle of it, that's making the cannon work like it does. So there's not going to be a ton of space inside there for you to do anything. Also, there's no way to like fit your hands in if you have big hands, so it is like a little table, but there's nothing that you could really do with the table. Down here there's just an empty place. I put the horse in there, but you can do whatever you want with it. So that is the Catapult Tower. here is one of the 2 sections of castle wall. So this is the first section. The other section is right over there. We'll get to that one probably last. We're just going around in a circle on the castle here. So the cool thing about this one is that it has stairs, so you could take your minifigure and put him up the stairs. Also, you can place him anywhere on there and shoot the enemies from down the walls. There's really nothing special about this. So this is the King's Tower. So if you look at it from the back side, it looks like a nice tower. You've got this little door on the bottom that can give you access to the tower. Nothing special. There's nothing inside of those walls there on the sides. If you were wondering what those did, there's nothing. I suppose you could take a minifigure and put it right there if you wanted. There is a ladder here so that you can get up to this part right here where the door is, but there is no ladder to get up to the top, which is kind of a little unfortunate, but I mean it would just look really weird. So you are able to stick your minifigure up there, and there's this kind of a cool torch on the top, but yeah, nothing really fancy, except in here you can see that there are some keys right there, and you're able to grab the key off of it and stick it into the door. And if you actually, this is a really cool feature, because if you do actually turn the key, then you can pull the door open with the key. So it is really cool. And then inside you have a treasure chest, and it's kind of hard to get to with my big hands, but it does work. You've got that some really nice things in this chest, like a gold bar that's actually like shiny gold. So very neat with that. So you just kind of close it up and then pretend that no one can find the keys, and then you can have the bad guys steal the keys or do whatever you want with that. Going down here we have the king's chair, and there's nothing fancy about the king's chair, except everything's fancy because it's the king's chair. So you've got a bottle of something, probably apple juice right there, and then a goblet right there for him to drink said apple juice. But yes, you just kind of fit him in there, and he works great. He looks pretty awesome on his throne, commanding his troops that don't even fight. So very interesting with this middle piece. I think it is really awesome addition to the set. But the final cool thing about this set, or maybe about the actual Gatehouse set, but the Gatehouse, which is the like kind of 3rd highest set in this wave, is kind of like a little piece of castle, but the whole point of it is just to be like the gatehouse into the territory, and so the bad guys like take this out first and then they come for the castle, right? But the cool thing is that if you did want to add to your castle, you can do so, because the gatehouse has these extra little Technic pins, which it uses the same technique as the castle does to pin itself together. But yes, if you get an extra 2 Technic pins, you can actually connect the gatehouse to the castle. So there you go, the gatehouse is connected to the castle, and now you could take these 2 segments and put them in a different place, and you can see I added a little bit of wall. That's so that you can put this piece and the little wall in the back, and these 2 on the front, and it's all evens out and then closes the wall, and it's perfect. I can do a separate video on the tutorial on how to do that, but there's nothing fancy to it really. Kind of look at the instructions and figure it out. But yeah, it does fit. So there are so many different possibilities of what you could do with these 2 sets put together. With the castle, you could, even the castle itself, you could just change up whatever layout you wanted. If you want to make it like a long wall, you probably could as well. So I mean, there's just so many endless possibilities with how to put these things in different positions. It's crazy. So really good playability with that. So this is the other tower. Like the previous tower, you have that nice plastic flag over there. This tower is basically just for the crossbowmen and the bowmen to shoot. That was the whole point of it, at least on the box art. You've got nothing in there, so you can do really what you want, which is kind of nice. And there's no like table or anything to get in your way, so you can actually put a minifigure in there and get them out with not too much trouble. Below this we have the jail. You can see I put a dude in there, so just kind of change it together. You can pop this off and open up the jail if you so please to release the guy if he wants to go attack whatever whatever he wants to do. So just a little jail. It's a nice addition to the castle, because I mean, a castle without a dungeon, because you basically can't do basements or dungeons on a Lego set, because it just doesn't work that way. Legos just don't work that way. But yeah, it's not a dungeon, but it is a cell, so it's very nice to have that in this Lego set. And finally, this is the last section of the castle. This is the other castle wall section. So, pretty neat, no fancy stairs or anything this time. We've got a little crate of something in there. But the most important part about this, obviously you could take the stairs and put them here if you wanted, but they're trying to give you some room for this feature right here, which is a very simple feature. You just kind of push and it pops off, so that bad guys can sneak in and out of the castle. So, Lego has been doing this a lot, and they've done this for a while, and they're gonna keep doing it, where they have this little feature on a set where it like breaks open the set, especially big fortress sets like this, or the police station, where it has that wall that's just kind of gonna pop out, so that the crooks can escape over and over and over again, or the bad guys can get into the castle. So kind of cool, because like little secret place. It's kind of a fun little build, but yeah, it does add some stuff to the castle. On the box art, you do see the guy stealing the treasure chest from the top tower and going out the side of the castle with the treasure chest. So neat little addition there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment below on what your favorite part of this castle is. And there should be a review coming of the predecessor of this castle, the red one, the red lions. They had different looking dudes. The dudes looked more like this instead of that. So I mean, it's pretty cool, and it's very similar. So I should be reviewing that, and then there should be a comparison video. So thank you to my cousins for donating their castle to me to use on the channel. And then yeah, it should be really fun. Make sure to stay tuned for that. The best way to do so is to subscribe to the channel. So thank you in advance. Also like the video if you did like the video. And thank you guys for watching. This is Kenneth from the Lego Republic, and I'll see you in the next one.